Hi, everybody. This is Jennifer Pressimone, and I am the essential oil formulator for the Solle Naturals essential oil line and aromatherapy line. I am so excited to be here with you. I know Denise wanted to be here with us, and I think we both are still on Hawaii time. So we are going to get started. Several of you submitted many questions to me, also to Denise, asking specifically, what can I do to support my immune system? We have a viral pandemic that's going on. And so, one of the best things we can do is to stop, breathe, and let's find a way to take care of ourselves. And to do that, we need to work on supporting our immune system. So some of the things that I want to get into, I've been a clinical aromatherapist and herbalist and educator, an author and a product formulator for close to 20 years. I started on this journey for my own personal health. I had to help myself first and foremost. And through that process, of course, I learned a lot. I had to go back and relearn biology, chemistry, anatomy, and physiology. And so in doing that, the lessons that I learned was when you understand how something works, then you understand how to solve any issues that may pop up. Thank you guys for joining in, Arlene and Ismena, Lynn. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. Learning the immune system. We know that our immune system, every single organ and process in our body is responsible for supporting immune functions. Our immune system is housed in the gut. Hey, Ashley. So we have to think about not only the immune system, but simultaneously you have to think about the gut, the gastrointestinal system. So what can we do to support and, strengthen that? And so I'm going to focus today on the essential oil part of things, but I will add in some layers of the herbs because, as a product formulator for Solle and on their scientific advisory board, we need to learn how to integrate for us. Hi, Becky. So I'm going to get through some questions that I have. And then if you guys have any questions, you can type them in and I will try to answer them as I see them, or I will go back and answer them later. And if you're watching the replay, you can type in replay and ask me your questions. Then, hey, Satinka. Hey, Roz. I'm so glad that you're here. So one of the first questions was, what makes the Solle Essential Oils special? Like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years. I have been extremely fortunate in being surrounded by some of the most amazing natural health practitioners, holistic health practitioners, but also aromatherapists from around the world. So I've learned quite a bit from education, but also from personal experience when I work with my clients and I get to see different results that happen. And when those results keep happening, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for patterns and I'm looking for common denominators, right? Because when you go to solve a problem, you need to know what the themes are. What is the common theme that's running through everything? What keeps coming back time and time again? Because those are the answers. Those are the solutions that you need when you're looking at your immune system. So what makes our Solle Essentials so important and so powerful? Like I said, I have the experience. I've been blending for countless years. So I have professionally formulated this. One of the important things when you're creating blends is to have balance. Whatever is stimulating needs to be equally balancing when you're putting blends together. So with Solle Naturals, they chose to have 4 categories, which I love. And many of you have heard me talk about the compass approach. And so it's really the compass approach to health. Do you need heating? Do you need cooling? Do you need, stimulating? Do you need relaxing? Or do you need a combination of those? Because sometimes some place in the body, we might need stimulation, but in other areas, they might need to be calmed down. And so we need to find some things that are going to balance that. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Tammy. So those are called adaptogens. And so when Solle came to me and wanted me to formulate, they said, hey, we're going to be a plant-based herbal company. We want to focus on that gut-brain connection. We find it so important that there's so many people dealing with mental and emotional issues and distress and just really need that support through that vagus nerve. And you know, we have our head brain and we have our gut brain. And we know that our immune system is where the gut is located. So, and then there's a connector. There's the vagus nerve that connects that. So we need this bi-directional communication. And so I wanted the essential oil blends to be able to drive those communications again without overstimulating and without understimulating. We needed a modulator, we needed a balance. And so all of the oils, all of the essential oil blends, we have 4 blends, we have 4 roll-ons, and the roll-ons contain the blends and then some extra oils. And then we have 4 aromatherapy products, 2 lip balms and 2 lotion bars that you guys can use. And so we wanted to make sure that these contained adaptogens across the board. And so all of your essential oils are going to be antibacterial and antioxidant to some extent. Now, of course, some oils are stronger in potency than other oils. So, you know, cinnamon, for example, and I'm quoting a research study that I have found, and you will see throughout me sharing this information, and whenever I share information outside of, you know, this live, that it's going to be evidence-based, because I believe, you know, knowledge is power, and we know this from our ancestors, we know this from history. We know historical uses and, you know, how it's been used, but it's nice to have that science to back that up, because I think that's the common ground. Everybody likes to know, yeah, it works, but I really want to know that it works. And so now we have that research to show us. So cinnamon, for example, has been shown scientifically to be a powerful antiviral. You know, it's probably more antiviral than, say, Palmarosa that is in the Balance blend. However, you know, it's still going to have some level of those properties. So they're all antibacterial to some extent. They're going to have antioxidant properties. And in the essential oils that I've blended, they're going to be adaptogenic, meaning simultaneously revving up what needs to be stimulated and calming down what needs to be relaxed at the same time in different areas of the body, all over our mind, our body, our emotions, our energetics, our environment. So we need to support ourselves from every angle that we can. So I have safely put these together to balance out and to monitor any contraindications, any safety issues that might pop up. For example, you know, there's going to be certain essential oils, they have a response to them. They have therapeutic properties to them. That means they are going to deliver a therapeutic benefit, right? And that benefit is a response. And so essential oils do what they're supposed to do. And sometimes if you're using too much of something, it can overstimulate and you think you're having a reaction when you really are having a heightened response. So that's why we do these classes. This is why I do the education, to teach you safety guidelines, to teach you how to aromatherapy responsibly, because they do have power behind them and they're wonderful and awesome when you use them right. And so that's why, you know, I want to share that with you. And so in the essential oil blends, I've balanced out a lot of those overstimulation that might occur. In the roll-ons, those have been balanced out and added to carrier oils, so they're pre-diluted in the proper dilution ratio. Right? So I've taken the guesswork out for you. If you have all of these oils and you're like, what do I do with them all? You know, I've already done that for you in 4 simple essential oil blends. If I had to go to a deserted island, you know, these are the 4 oils that I would take. And so there was the method behind, my thinking when I put these formulations together is what would I need? What have I needed? What has my clients needed? That way I can bring you true balance. I can bring you true calming. I can bring you true clarifying and true lifting, right? Because these are the 4 categories. Again, doing the 4 directions of health. And then in the Compass roll-ons, I've brought each of those together to deliver those results for you and to you, in a balanced way. And so they're professionally formulated, they're safety balanced, they're pre-diluted in the roll-ons and in the lotion bars and the lip balms. We have sourced some of the highest quality that you can get, right? So there's a lot of excellent quality essential oil companies, distillers. I'm the vice president of the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapy. And so I have the luxury to get to mingle and meet different suppliers across the globe who do exceptional farming practices. They follow sustainability. And so, we have sourced from those suppliers to make sure that we're providing the highest quality, the highest potency, meaning that, they have the highest constituents in them, but we're also being sustainable and responsible, environmentally responsible in the blends that we've created for you. So another question that I got, because I've kind of alluded to this a little bit, I'm focusing on the immune system and what can we do to support our immune system. So I want you to know we are supporting the immune system and modulating, balancing the immune system. We're not overstimulating. There's a lot, and with this virus that's going on, the data is changing daily. We are learning more about the virus daily. So I had a colleague post something just in the past couple days, that today's research shows that the main issues with this virus that's going on, that's causing death in many of the people, is the formation of blood clots in the lungs and causing sepsis. Right? So what we do know with the virus is that there's a comorbidity. There's more than one thing that's going on, and it seems to be affecting the heart and the lungs. This is according to a lot of the research that's coming out from the CDC. So I'm not giving you any inaccurate information. So we have to look at, all right, if we have to support the lungs, we know that's respiration, circulation. We have to support the blood, respiration and circulation, then we certainly know what angle we need to take when we're supporting our immune system, right? So we don't want to overstimulate that, because some of the other research that's coming out is that it's overstimulating that cytokinase response. And so somebody's particular question is, how do we know that when to not overstimulate that cytokinase? And so the cytokinase, this is basically a cell signaling system. It helps with cell to cell communication when it comes to immune responses. And so what that can trigger is inflammation, and it can trigger infection and some traumas to certain areas, because it's going to protect. So what we don't want to do is to overstimulate. So how do we know that we're overstimulating? That's going to come back to usage. It's going to come back to choice of oil and usage. And so, when we look at the immune system, we want to have this twofold approach. We want to be defensive and offensive. We want to do what we can to prevent things from coming in, but what if something comes in? Because your immune system needs to be on alert at all times, but what if it falls asleep? What if it's a little sluggish or tired or stressed out? Because those emotions that you're going through increases stress and is going to decrease the immune system. There's science that shows when you're sad and upset, it cuts your immune system in half. So while we're at home, we need to be belly laughing. We need to be watching funny videos, looking at happy memories, happy photos, watching comedy movies, not any sad movies, not any horror movies. We need to be watching happy stuff, because we know that this scientifically changes the biochemistry in our body to enhance immune function, enhance our immune's ability to fight off foreign invaders from coming in. So we want to defend and we want to be offensive, keep things at bay. And if they get in, we want to be able to protect ourselves, right? So the best way to do that is through diffusion. So they show through our limbic system in the olfactory bulb, breathing in the aromatherapy. It is the best way to use our essential oils, because when you breathe them in and they're pure essential oils, the way that Solle Naturals is that it's going to activate. There's no judgment, right? So essential oils, your plants, herbs, plants, they do not judge. And so they go right in and they go to the source that they need to be at to help you. Hey, Denise. So we want to be able to do that. We want to be able to nourish ourselves, head, heart, gut, everything that's around us. And so ways to do that is through inhalation, right? So get your diffuser, put your oils in there, and you're going to diffuse it. So on average in my home, we have an open concept home, and, it's a little warm now, but in Florida, but I do have the doors open for right now just for ventilation. But when the doors close and it's in an enclosed area, I decrease the amount of oils that I diffuse. So if the windows are open and the doors are open, you can diffuse a few drops more than if you were in a closed room, right? So, and there's different caveats to that. I'm just going over basic guidelines. Of course, there's always going to be what if situations, and we will address those as those come up. So diffusing, I usually put anywhere from 5 to 8 drops of an essential oil. So with the Solle Naturals blends of the balance, I will take, maybe 2 drops, and then I'll do 2 drops of the Calm. And then I will do 2 drops of the Clarify and 2 drops of the Lift. So that's 8 drops, that I put in there. Sometimes I put 1 of each. I do have cats, and so when it's well ventilated, 8 drops is fine. Like I said, I have open concept. I think I have over 1,500 square feet. So, that kind of gives you an idea. And so that is a great way, but I diffuse it. And then on our diffuser that we have, there's a timer. So you can run it for 30 minutes, stop it, run it again. So small repeated amounts throughout the daytime. For me, sometimes I run it 3 times a day. If I have people over, if there's something going on, like my husband and I, of course, we just traveled to Hawaii. We just got back Sunday afternoon. I'm still trying to adjust to the time zone. But we know that we were exposed. We were on a plane for many, many hours. And so we are doing what we can to bump up our immune system. So I am running the diffuser about 4 to 6 times a day for us right now. And then I have made a hand sanitizer, and I'm going to be posting that recipe. Don't worry, I'm going to post the recipe as soon as we're done here, so you know what my everything spray is. But I take it, and it's my everything spray. I spray it around us. It was our hand sanitizer, our surface sanitizer, our deodorant, our body spray, our mood lifter, and just our immune supporter. And so, I use all 4 oils in that blend. And so to get that support from us. So, first and foremost, it's going to be, inhalation of your oils, making sure it's in a well-ventilated area. There's some people that like to do aromatherapy sessions, meaning that they will put a diffuser in a closed room in a couple hundred square feet. So maybe in their bathroom, they close the door, they turn it on, and they breathe that in for about 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on their purpose for doing that, depending on their contraindications. And so, this is very popular in Europe, especially in Russia. They use a lot of aromatherapy sessions. So when people are working on a specific issue, boosting that immune system, supporting the immune system, you could do a closed room. Just don't do it for a long period of time all day long, right? Because that would be overstimulation. And so, kind of addressing that question is, I have formulated them to be balanced for you. Even if you were to combine all 4, you're going to get that balancing, but it's going to come down to usage. Don't use 20 drops in your diffuser in a small area. That's too much, especially if cats, dogs, animals are around, babies are around, and with the elderly. So when we breathe in essential oils, when we're using the roll-ons and we're taking the roll-ons, I've got my Confidence is the one I picked up, and we're applying that onto our pulse points. When it gets in the bloodstream, we use it. We metabolize what it does for us, and then we have to excrete the waste, and we excrete that through the kidneys. So for somebody with kidney deficiency, you want to be mindful not to use high amounts of the oils. A little bit goes a long way. The potency of our oils and the potency of the herbs that we have is so strong that you don't need a lot of drops. One drop is really all you need, and that will go very far. That will go a long way. The other little tidbit I want to throw out is there's research showing that the olfactory bulb located in our limbic system, so again, inhalation of the oils, but that olfactory bulb has been shown to be the portal for the way viruses enter the body, right? Through the nose, getting into the limbic system. So what better way to defend and be offensive to the germs that are coming in than through inhalation and breathing them? So maybe you just take them. What I do is I'll put a drop in the cap, get your cap and breathe, but make sure your nose doesn't touch the cap so you don't have contamination. So we're breathing that in. It's easier to replace the cap than the whole bottle, so that's why I do it that way. But you can also get one, drop out and put that on a cotton ball, and that'll be beneficial. And then the dilutions. So in the roll-ons, the dilution's already done for you, but if you're making your own sprays, you're making your own lotions with the Solflex AC cream, you're making your masks, adding in the herbs with the cream and the oils, then you want to do proper dilutions. And so I will also post a dilution chart in here for you when we're done, so you kind of have an idea. But 1% dilution is great for children, for pets, for elderly, people with high sensitivities. 2% is most common that we're going to do. So 1% would be 5 drops or less in a 1 ounce. For a 2% dilution, that would be 10 drops in a 1 ounce, 10 drops or less in a 1 ounce. And then for a 4%, if we're doing something local, maybe you have a specific area, the shoulders are very tense, or the ankles or the joints, or there's muscles, and you're working on one specific local area, not whole body, then you could do like a 4%, which would be up to 40 drops in a 1 ounce. I don't ever feel you need that much. I think you can I've accomplished just about anything with a 2% or less ratio. But sometimes, for stubborn issues, you might need to add a little bit more, but I just want to throw that out. The other thing with the immune system, is I alluded to earlier, was our emotions affect our immune system. When we're sad, that affects that. So a lot of the emotions that are going on right now, fear. A lot of people are going through fear. Fear we hold in the kidneys. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated, adding that Soul Vital to your water to stay hydrated, because minerals will drive hydration into the cells, into the tissue, so you can hold on to it to help your body absorb at a better rate. So fear, we want to be mindful of. And so the Balance Blend has many essential oils in there that are very powerful to help with that. And then the Courage roll-on is going to be most beneficial. So grabbing that Courage roll-on is going to be really important. You can take that, you can roll that on, you can put it around your ears to balance out the equilibrium that's going on. Sorry, my phone's ringing. And so with the fear, doing the Courage roll-on, you can also do the Confidence if you need a pick-me-up. You can also roll those on over the kidney regions and over the reflexology points. Our kidney region, or our kidney time zone, according to the circadian rhythm clock, we're going to look between 3 and 5 and 5 and 7. So between 3 and 7, you want to make sure you're hydrated going into that time. But pay attention if your kidneys are hurting more, your fear's being exasperated. A lot of people are going to be feeling lonely and isolated because we all are being isolated. So luckily for social media, we can connect like this. We can see each other. We can be with each other. But that does stir up a lot of emotions, and the emotion of that is harbored in our pancreas, which is our blood sugar. So we need not to grab those sugars, but we need to be grabbing proteins or Soul Complete, our essential fatty acids like the Infatuate. It's amazing what the Infatuate has done for me, coming from, Crohn's, colitis, a lot of gastrointestinal issues. The Infatuate has been amazing for me to be able to hold on to those fats, because we need fats to combust toxins, to balance our hormones, to feed our brain, to coat all of our nerves so we don't stay stressed and, freaked out by everything. So doing the protein and the good fats, but also the cinnamate can help modulate and balance blood sugar levels. Anger we hold in the liver. And so the calm oil, the calm bar, contentment is going to be your most powerful for that. And even taking the roll-on and applying that over the liver region can be beneficial. Worry we hold in the gut. Remember, the immune system is in the gut. Everything goes through gut central. It's grand central station. So Verdazymes is going to be crucial. And Verdazymes not only for digestion, but germs, viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites, bugs. They have a shell around them, an exoskeleton or a shell, and that shell is made of a protein. So the only thing that breaks down proteins are enzymes. So we need to be doing enzymes. And when you do it with food, it'll break things down. If you do it in between meals, it can break down what's already there. Right? So that's two ways that you can use that. Essential oils are what I call CPR for the cells. They help to drive oxygen into the cells and can help a dying cell, again, boosting or supporting, modulating our immune system. And so all of our oils are going to do that. All of our oils are antibacterial. They all have a level of antiviral, antifungal, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. So we know, according to Hippocrates and science, that we have now the root of all diseases, inflammation in the gut. So very powerful to have those nuggets. So taking enzymes on a regular basis and smelling your oils. It's a 1-2 punch to support your immune system. Grief. A lot of people are going through grief for various reasons, being separated from loved ones, fear of the unknown. We might have a lot of grief, and we hold that in the lungs. So supporting the lungs is going to be important. So the Lift blend and the Comfort blend. And these two are my most, I love these the most. They, to me, are going to be the strongest in antiviral properties. Because not only do we have the Lift with the cinnamon, Ravensara, 2 of the top antiviral oils, but we have the 3 fruits in there. We have orange, grapefruit, and lime that's in there. In the roll-on, I've also added in oregano and elemi, right? So those 2 are incredibly strong antivirals, anti-inflammatories, antibacterial, antifungal. They're hitting the gamut. So we have a powerhouse. And the way to use that is, again, on your pulse points, on your neckline, and your elbows and the creases can help get into the system and fight some things that might be going on. And the bottoms of the feet. So especially the bottoms of the feet, to get that in and flourish throughout the body. So again, doing the diffusion, how do you use these oils? You can diffuse them. Again, being mindful of how much you're using and how often you're using it. Amounts and frequency are gonna dictate whether there's overstimulation or not. For those people that need to know that, using the lotion bars, on various areas, these are already pre-diluted for you. You can also do the lip balms. And don't forget, we're not just putting it on the lips, but you can also, use it for these little fine lines right here. I like the balance for that. Around the ear. We were somewhere in our travels, and our waiter at the restaurant we were at loved the Sanitizer. So I left it for him. And so walking home, we did walk home a very long way, or walk to the hotel. We didn't have our hand sanitizer, but I had the lip balm with me. And so we put that on our hands. And of course I dedicated that just to the hands. And then when we were done using it, I would scrape with my thumbnail. I scraped the top of it off just to kind of get, if there were any germs on there, to get that off. Just being overly cautious, but that was a really good thing for me to do there. So some creative ideas. You can use your reflexology points to apply it over the particular organs, use the circadian rhythm time zone clock for that. And then the last question that I had was, how do essential oils work with herbs? And again, it's a 1-2 punch. Herbs are going to work from the inside out, and our aromatherapy is going to work from the outside in. So now we're assessing and getting to an issue from all layers. I love the Solle Natural Essential Oils, not just because I blended them, but they really work in 4 directions. And so we're working kind of from the south, the north, the east, the west, and everything in between to bring something in balance. When you go after an issue, you don't always just go one way. Sometimes you have to hit it from various angles. And so this gives us the flexibility to combine them in a way that supports us and to customize them for what we need. Adding in the herbs are going to do the same thing. So of course my staples with that are going to be the Solle Vital to enhance our hydration. We need to stay hydrated. That is something the CDC continues to tell us, and research continues to show the importance of hydration. The Cinnamate and the Renew are highly antiviral due to the herbs that are in there. So I like both of those. And so I'm kind of doing my drink. I'm having a double mug, and I like it warm. So I'm doing 1 pack of Cinnamate with 1 pack of Renew, and that's my antiviral hot drink that I'm having. And it's yummy. So I like that. The Infatuate I love because, again, we need good fats to support and strengthen our nerves, which is going to strengthen our communication, which is going to strengthen the immune system, our brain, our thinking. It's going to help us ration our emotions and manage them, as well as our stress levels. The Vertizymes, for why I explained earlier, because, it breaks down protein, but it's going to facilitate gastrointestinal health. The Solflex PI being anti-inflammatory, along with many other things that are in there, immune supporting, immune modulating. The Solle Clear we learned about from Dr. Allison Caldwell Andrews in Hawaii. I mean, I thought I knew everything about Solle Clear before, but now I really know that it is absolutely amazing. And it contains a lot of amino acids, as does the XL drink. They contain a lot of amino acids, and we know those amino acids are building blocks for cells to keep them strong and healthy. And so when you're taking your herbs, also doing your aromatherapy at least 3 times a day. So if you're going to say do your comfort, I want you to roll it around your ears. Will balance the equilibrium and support the lymphatic system. Right here, putting it on your pulse points, putting it on the bottoms of your feet can be very beneficial. Again, you have some amazing oils that are in there for that. And then, diffusing them, pick one. If you don't know which one to do, pick one. Or smell them and which ones do you like and put those together. Or if you're like, no, I want the kitchen sink, then you're going to do all 4 of them that way. So that gives you some ideas. Hopefully this gives you better comfort in how to take care of yourself. It gives you the confidence to know how to take care of yourself. It gives you the courage and the contentment to feel good about it. And, if you guys have any questions, you can type those in. If you're watching the replay, you can type those in and I will get those to you. But that's kind of some nuggets. I'll be sharing lots more segments and tidbits down the road. But again, the best solution is to nourish. May you never know the disease you prevented has always been my motto. So take care of yourself, be preventative. It's about self-care right now. We have to take care of ourselves, because if everybody can take care of themselves, we're going to be good, right? So I wish you a extraordinarily happy and healthy day. We're going to get through this. Things are going to be great. We have each other, and that's the most important thing. And we have our oils. We have tools. We have resources at our fingertips. So yes, you need to stock up on toilet paper, but you should also be stocking up on your herbs and your essential oils. So take care, everybody. And until next time, have a great day.